Good morning, everybody. I just thought I'd provide a quick update on today's training, or let's say non-training day. So I had a really good night's sleep yesterday, and woke up today feeling a little bit more achy than anticipated. So I decided to not start the day with a cycle like I said I was going to do in my update yesterday. I still may do it later. Okay, I am going to do a little bit of stretching, okay, just to see how those aches fare out afterwards. If I feel good, I will do a cardio session. Remember, I said during this cycle, I haven't included into my program any conditioning work, just because I want to concentrate on recovery to ensure that the peaking cycle will go according to how I wanted it to go. And I knew I would be pushing the intensity, so I didn't want to write it down to make sure I was going to do it, okay, as part of the program. If I feel good, I'm going to put it in, okay, and do it how I want to do it that day. But if I feel a bit achy, I'm going to skip it. And that's how I feel today. And I think this is one of the biggest things that a lot of people go down on, is when I hear on social media about the importance of doing 10,000 steps every day, or doing this every day, doing that every day. You've got to be careful, because 10,000 steps may not be a lot for some people, but it may be, okay, quite a tall task for somebody to go out and do. And to go and do that on top of something you may be doing may add stress and reduce the recovery, okay, of a main goal you're doing elsewhere. And this for me is, I do have a 10,000 step target every day, but it's not something that I will do at all costs, because sometimes if I, for example, today, okay, it's a recovery day for me, it's an off training day. To go out and try and do 10,000 steps could, okay, for some people, as well as me for today, okay, I'm already aching, I've already pushed the intensity on my program, which is towards my key goal, okay, of peaking towards personal bests in a couple of different movements. That extra push in my step target may impede recovery that will stop me getting to my goal of being stronger in those movements, okay? And 10,000 steps, like I say, for some people it might be very easy to do, but don't try and include things that could impede recovery, that could stop you doing or hitting your main targets. Okay, so sorry, this seems like a bit of a rant, but I do get a little bit peed off when I see this on social media. Is it pushing people towards making sure you do this every single day, and if you don't do it, you fail. Okay, by all means, go and do things like that, but don't let things like that, okay, stop you from hitting your main goal. Okay, and like I say, 10,000 steps may be something that prevents that. So that's how I feel today. If I do feel a little bit better later, okay, if I don't do cardio, then I may do something like a weighted walk, which is just going for a walk, okay. It's actually quite bright and sunny here, still a little bit cold, but I can put on a weight vest, okay, and go and do a walk. I can't, for me personally, I don't feel like things like that, okay, are a tall ask, okay. It won't be 10,000 steps by the love of God, not with a weighted vest, but okay, I may just go for a short walk around the block, okay, after my biggest meal of the day. I always like to do some kind of activity, low impact activity, should I say, after my biggest meal of the day. It just helps, okay, the digestion. It's kind of similar to that 10-minute walk that Stan Efferding recommends during the vertical diet. And I do feel that is extremely important for most people when they do eat a big meal. Okay, certainly if you do struggle with digestion, then it's something to consider, okay, going forward when you eat your biggest meal. Okay, so that's today, guys. Tomorrow is back to day one of week 2. Okay, I'm really excited to see how the next few weeks go, because this week has gone according to plan, and I'm very happy with the way the weights have moved. Not looking forward to Sunday, okay, squats and deadlift day, because I've seen the intensity for week 2. It does go up a notch. So that's going to be pushing the boat a little bit. Well, say a little bit, it's pushing the boat quite a lot. Okay, I think it's 207.5 kilogram for deadlifts, 4 sets of 3. And for squatting, I think it's around 110, which is, to be fair, quite light. Really felt squats moved very nicely during the first week, and it didn't feel hard whatsoever. So it's the deadlifts that I'm not looking forward to, but it is my favourite lift, so I do enjoy doing them. It's just the aches and pains that come with it. Okay, so guys, that's just an update. As always, okay, do feel free to shoot me any questions. Diet today is just keeping the protein quite high, and I'll add in carbs toward the latter end of the day to get me ready for my workout in the morning. Remember, I always have my high carby meal the night before in the last meal, just purely and simply because I train so early in the morning. Really the only thing I can consume is something like banana and honey. So if you see my Insta stories, that's my go-to pre-workout, along with making sure I'm hydrated. And while I'm on this subject, guys, okay, this is something I would highly recommend as well. When you first wake up, okay, you are quite often dehydrated, and a lot of people, okay, go for caffeine as their first thing they consume, whether it's in the form of coffee, tea, or whatever it is. Okay, and I used to do this quite a lot, and over the last few weeks I have changed that after listening to a podcast with a nutritionist who said that one of the primary important things to do is to hydrate first thing you do, before you go for the caffeine, before you go for anything else. And I have to say, I've felt great since I've been doing that, even when I haven't had good night's sleep. I'm not saying this is the only reason why I'm feeling great, okay, but it's extremely important you do that. So guys, it's just a little hint for you when you wake up, okay, go for water. If you don't have any kind of hydration sachets and you don't want to go down that route, that's absolutely fine. Maybe just put a little bit of salt, okay, into your water. Don't put too much, because obviously you'll be sick. But if you put a little bit in, okay, it goes towards hydration. And if you want to take away that sharpness, okay, from the salt, then you can put a little bit of lime or lemon, squeeze a little bit of that into your water, and it really will, okay, change the way you feel, okay. So yeah, so that was my tip, okay. Guys, enjoy, have a great weekend, okay, and I will update you tomorrow. See you then.